world of youth groups go round. Kids love them. Heck, we love them too. But they're annoying sometimes. The fact of the matter is that they're tough to come up with sometimes. Kids are bratty sometimes, and they just don't want to listen. So what do we do about it? Pool tables, ping pong tables, and foosball tables. The three things that seem to make youth buildings go round. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I stink at pool. In fact, I'm downright horrible. And so when I showed up and saw we had a pool table, I just thought, hey, as a youth pastor, more ways I can embarrass myself. Games have always been somewhat challenging because, how do I say it? I'm unathletic. So games have never been my strong suit, to be completely honest with you. When I showed up here, my wonderful students introduced me to something beautiful called Polish pool. It involves these two simple balls and your hands. No sticks. I'm still bad, but maybe just a little bit less. Here's how. You have your black 8-ball. You set it on the end of the table. You come all the way to the other side of the table to start it off with. You get the white cue ball. This you use and you hit it. You get 3 shots at the ball. If you miss it 3 times, you get a letter. It's like playing pig, basically, except we just don't really call it that. But yeah, you get 3 letters, and once you get 3 strikes, you're out of the game. One of the ways you get that is missing the ball 3 times. Some of the other ways you get letters is when the ball is rolling, you go to hit it. You miss it. You're not paying attention. Something else like that. And the ball stops. When the ball stops on you, as the player who is next, you get a letter. The main way to get a letter is the ball is rolling and once the ball goes into a pocket, you have scored on the player who was next. You go in a clockwise motion around the table, you line up, and everybody hits one after another. The biggest thing you cannot do in Polish pool is what we call a drag. The main part of Polish pool is to hit the ball as it's moving. So the ball's going here, the white ball is now hit, it's going somewhere else. I have to hit it without picking the ball up and dragging the ball to where I want it to go. If I do that, it's a drag, and that's a big no-no. No one likes a drag. Polish pool is hands down one of the most popular games in our youth group, let alone the most played. You can get easily 15 people around a table. It may seem hard, but it's possible. And once you start going, people start getting letters. It goes actually fairly quickly. It is a very competitive and fun game. So that's Polish pool. A very fun game that we play here quite a bit, like I said. And definitely one, if you got a pool table, even if it's not in your youth building, you should play it. Because it's a very, very fun game. Full credit to the youth group of First Baptist Bullard Crosswired. Trademark. Next time I'll teach you guys about trash ball, which is another very fun game. Unfortunately, our gym is being worked on today, so I couldn't do that, so I had to scrap it and quickly do Polish pool. Let's talk about what to do with doubts. Doubts come all the time, and doubts are little things we find. We're like, man, why is this happening, God? Where is this coming from? And how do I combat it? Doubts are very difficult to deal with sometimes. They're little boogers that weasel their way in, and we just don't know what to do about them. It's a lot like we have a wall defense around our home, and that we find an area that's structurally unsound, and rather than fix it, we just take a piece of plywood, we stick it over, and hope that nobody notices. You have an area that can be exploited. And the same thing's true of our relationship with God. So often we get doubts, and we kind of just accept that we believe what we believe. And unfortunately for young people, especially of the millennial generation, and I guess Generation Z as you all are called now, the reality is that we so often, we kind of like just smother them and put them under and say, hey, we'll get to that later on. Someone's going to answer it. So what do you do when you get a doubt? What do you do with it? And the reality is what we're supposed to do is go straight to the source. Go to God. Go to the Bible. Look at what the Bible says about it. There's a plethora of great resources out there. It's like I had a friend just the other day message me and asked me a question about this. They had found a discrepancy. They were kind of curious what it meant. Went through and he found out it was just an easy thing of, it was a way we translate the Bible. Some stuff is harder to translate into English, and this is just one of those ways when you go back and look at it clearly with the whole body of evidence, it wasn't anything confusing at all, actually. And the same thing's true of our lives, is that so often we bury stuff down and we don't ask when they have simple answers, but we don't ask the questions because sometimes it's uncomfortable. Sometimes accepting God's truths aren't always easy. And so what I would say to you is this: if you're struggling with doubts, don't just bury them down deep. Allow that as a time to strengthen your defense. Don't leave the wall with a bunch of holes in it. No, fill the wall, go to the source, and find truth. And if you're not getting it where you're at, go find it somewhere else. Go find it in a good, godly church. Go find it through good, godly
people in your lives. But the reality is, if we just accept stuff without looking at the source, then our faith isn't our own, it's someone else's. That's where I leave you today. So if you like this video, if you like the whole descriptive teaching you guys video, let me know in the comments down below, because I thought it was kind of fun. I enjoyed making it, so if you'd like to see more like that, give us a thumbs up. And then subscribe to the channel. That way you get to see all the best stuff. Join the Multiplier Nation, guys. We're all over 30 countries strong right now. So join not the nation, but the world, man. And let's have some fun. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Dan, and as always, God bless. And I'll see you guys next time. That moment you realize you made a big mistake. Clean up time.